Hi friends! Miss Mia here with another awesome watercolor landscape tutorial. Let's get into it. The materials you'll need for this piece are a brown watercolor pencil, a big brush, a smaller brush, your watercolors, some water, a napkin, and of course, your paper. Leah starts by wetting her big brush and mixing together some dark blue and black paint. Now she waters down the paint a whole bunch and does some kinda random strokes of paint for our sky. We're going for a kind of hazy gray day here. Then she takes her smaller brush and adds some smaller strokes to her clouds for a bit more detail. It helps not to think about the actual shape of the clouds sometimes. Just let your brush do the work. And then she goes back in with her big brush to soften out the shape of it. Now she mixes a bit of blue, some yellow ochre, and a tad of green. This will be the base color for our grassy field. Now, taking your brush, make a straight line about in the middle of your paper, and bring it down in a diagonal line. Then do the same on the other side, and fill both sides in. Great job so far, you guys! Next, Leah mixes some more green and a bit of blue for some shadow. The shadow will go along the edge of the inside part of the lighter green patches. And go ahead and blend that out a bit. Watercolors are super easy to blend with when they're wet, so whenever you need to make a gradient of color, this is the perfect time to do it. A gradient is a sort of subtle transition from one color to another, just like the grass here. Next, Leah takes her hairdryer to just speed up the drying process because we'll be going in with more colors that we don't want to bleed. Taking her smaller round brush, Leah takes some water and adds some yellow to the green paint we have, and adds a quick smear to the horizon on the left side. Then she mixes some dark blues, green, and black for the trees in the background. And she's using a sort of stippling method to give the illusion of leaf bundles by just tapping her brush repeatedly on the paper in the general shape of the trees. And she adds a little squiggle of trees in the distance before mixing a deeper green for the tree's shadows. And since this video is sped up a tiny bit, you guys can absolutely pause if you need to catch up, or rewind if you want to watch Leah paint something again. But you guys are doing great so far. Leah continues using this darker green to add just little hints of more trees in the distance. These trees shouldn't be super detailed since they are far away. They should just be general tree-like shapes with lovely green bundles and trunks. Next, Leah cleans her brush and mixes in some blue to the green, and this will be for our stalks of grass in the foreground. Just do some simple flicks with your brush to indicate the grass. Objects that are closer to us will typically have more detail, so it makes the painting much more interesting. Now for the trail, that space that we've been leaving empty. Leah mixes in some blue and black and does a very light wash of this color. To get a color lighter, simply add more water. She paints two lines going into the distance, and these are meant to be wheel tracks, the kind of part of the earth where wagon or car wheels travel the most and where a path into the dirt. Then she paints the cast shadow of the blades of the grass on the left side, indicating that the sun is pointing to the right. Now Leah is taking her brown watercolor pencil and drawing some vertical lines, starting small in the back and getting progressively bigger as they move towards us. Then she does a single line going through the vertical ones and creates a fence. And just using some water, she blends out the watercolor pencil to create a more uniform color. Careful not to go outside the lines though. Next, she mixes some more dark green and adds really skinny blades of grass to both sides for a bit more detail. Isn't that looking lovely? She cleans her brush and uses some yellowish green to add some grass detail in the background, just some simple zigzags and strokes. And for a super cute finishing touch, she takes some red paint to make little flowers on the tops of some of the grass stems. And with that, our painting is finished. Awesome job today, guys! Let us know how your painting went in the comments below, and we'll see you next time. Bye!